Yeah. Bag it up in the trap, we bag it up. If yo bitch in the cut, I'ma bag it up. My wrist on walk, and my bag is up. If he try and violate, we gon' tag him up. I can see the hate, got him mad as fuck, never satisfied. Need a crib by the lake with a bad chick, and she got cake, she'll back it up. I got no time to parlay, unless it's big checks or parlays. I've been rich, it's not far away. Light the spliff and I stargaze. Consultation with the constellations.
Time is money.
Take 3. Weird here. What's going on? We're about to have this Demon Slayer discussion or Kimetsu no Yaiba, if you will. Everyone sound off. Say something. I mean, first of all, is everyone come to the manga here or no?
I am.
Yeah, I am.
If you're anime only, get the fuck out.
Dang, that's crazy. I see a single second on neither.
If it's a conclusion for you guys who are watching this, listen. I'll never, ever, ever again be held back by anime onlys, ever. Those JoJo streams, it hurt. So, if you're anime only, goodbye. Now, to hop right in, we'll kind of start with the anime, though, funny enough. I mean, how do you guys feel that the anime did this year? Is it the greatest anime of all time ever created in existence? Yes or no?
I mean,
Yes.
you know none of us gonna do that. Why you do that? But anyway, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It made me want to go because I stopped with the manga for a while because I just kind of paused, and then the anime made me want to go read the manga again. I thought it was good, really good. The animation, of course, that's what everybody talks about. I thought it did the backstories really well. There was a moment like for a string of like 3 episodes, I was kind of bored, but it wasn't enough to like, kill the enjoyment of the entire thing. Overall, I thought it was like an 8 out of 10. It's really fun. And yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Lizard.
I watched one episode and then
Lizard?
No, I watched one episode and then
He's a manga.
Right,
He's a manga head, you know.
Okay, so I guess it's the Me and Pat show.
I mean, I watched it. I seen every episode. It was cool. I liked it. I mean, but I watched it the way I watch anime. So anything I didn't want to see, I skipped. I took the cursor and dragged it. So in times Zenitsu was crying, I didn't sit through it. I didn't watch any demon backstory at all. Don't care. So I kind of had the ideal experience. Anything I didn't want to see didn't get watched. So well animated, pretty well paced. I think it slowed down. I can't remember. There's a part where I kind of agree with it. I feel like it slowed down for a while.
Yeah, it slowed down. Like I want to say like
I can't remember though what exactly where.
Was it for you? Was it with the old lady when they were all injured up and they had to sit in the house?
Oh, maybe it could have been that.
Yeah, I think that's where it was for me too, where it kind of slowed down. And I was
Yeah, overall
like,
it's cool.
it was an episode where Zenitsu was like screaming the entire episode, and I was like, oh yeah, like in the manga, I was like, no wonder I didn't care, because people were like, Zenitsu's so annoying, and I was like, he's fine. And then the anime was like him screaming the entire. I'm like, this is overdrive.
Yeah, I think it's. I think hearing it. We're talking about Yaiba. Hearing him kind of scream all the time is different than reading it, I think.
Yeah, in the manga, you didn't hear him. Yeah, so
I still don't dislike him. It's just way more annoying in the anime.
Right. Well, I'm saying it's over dramatized. I'm like, they're just it's too much for too long. They could have cut it short.
I think there's like a certain formula that they're kind of following, because I feel like there's a lot of people that like that humor shit. So it's like I don't know. They kind of it's funny. It's not for me personally.
I mean, the funniest part of when he was screaming is not even him. It's the way that Tanjiro be looking at him. Have some shame, brother.
And then
yeah, Mike. That's how I be looking at people.
The floor is yours.
So, for Kimetsu no Yaiba, I read it last year. So when I was reading it, and they announced that it was going to be animated by Ufotable. So once I heard that it was going to be by Ufotable, I already knew Lisa was going to be the one to sing the opening, because when it's something by Ufotable. Fucking Grange is like one of the best openings for a fucking Shonen Jump anime that I've ever fucking watched.
So
Animation was spectacular. I like the soundtrack. The voices all fit the characters. The humor was good. Action scenes were amazing. But I feel like they took it above and beyond because when everybody knows, of course, episode 19, that's when it like really, really blew up. When you read the chapter, it was like, you know, Tanjiro fucking used Dance to the Sun God that he had hidden in his subconsciousness from when he watched his father use it to save his own ass. And then Nezuko helped. I could not believe the lengths that they went through with the way they animated it, the soundtrack. They had fucking Nezuko's mom talking to Nezuko, and then she spoke and she used Blood Demon art, and like that shit was just perfection, bro. Like that's a perfect anime episode. There's not really many anime that I've watched where I feel like have perfect episodes. Like it's I can count out probably a lot of anime I've seen where I've been like, okay, this anime has a perfect episode. That was one of them. So
Watch more anime. No, I'm saying.
but
I'm playing.
I know. But the anime and just I didn't have a problem with anything in it. The complaints with Netsu, I can understand. Like when I was reading the manga, I hated him at first, but he grew on me later on. So yeah, like this shit was just.
you got one of the greatest moments of all time. You washed the upper mood.
I mean, he's in my top 3. My favorite character is Giyuu.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. We see them
The reaction
your
clip?
banner on fucking and all that shit.
That's my boy, man. It really is.
He's not popular though.
That's fine. He's the perfect character for that.
Hey,
He literally.
my man said he is not hated. Respect him.
That's what I'm saying. That's one of my favorite. That's like my favorite part in the entire show. Underrated. That's like nothing to do with the animation.
Oh, with him and Shinobu.
The fact that he cared so much about that. he was like, I am not hated. I was like, you know what, bro? I feel you. I'm the exact same way.
Yeah, that shit was actually kind of funny. I mean, you know my favorite character is Boar Gang. That's my 8.
You know, it's scary.
He knows scared, but they hold him. He never got a proper 101, and I'm ashamed. There's a Nitsu moment that he got. Should have been a Nosuke.
I feel that. I respect it.
It's kind of like the Rack thing, where it's like he's a character that he cares so much about his strength and fighting. The fact that he's never really got a proper 101 to ever really transcend or display that, to me, is just a damn shame.
No,
not that he's a bad character. Still like him, still love him, still my favorite. It's just I just don't understand why he never got that moment. And I felt like the fight against Doma.
Yeah,
I felt like that was the time for it. I understand because Shinobu had her gripe with him too and shit. So like it extended to I remember the girl's name who flips the coin. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry.
Oh, Kano.
Yeah. So like I wasn't upset about it, but it's just like I don't know. He needed a Zenitsu moment because Zenitsu really got to watch Upper Moon, bro.
That is one of my favorite fights and moments for a character ever.
People forget about that. Nobody talks
about
it.
That shit
was so clean.
It was an all color.
Oh my god.
His whole demeanor change, and the thing I liked about it is normally I like characters like that, but I thought it was flawless that he's not like that all the time. But for that one fight, he pulled up and he was not scared. He was not joking. He realized he was like, "You're the reason my master's dead, and I'm not going to tolerate you being alive."
That said 6-fold. I said, what?
That one shot's like that's one of my favorite chapters. Yeah, but
It's the first time in the whole series this nigga fought while he was awake. This man pulled up. Kaigaku was like, "You suck." This man hit him. He was like, "Too slow, trash." This nigga was awake.
Yeah, that shit was.
Yeah, he was talking his shit, and I loved how it was so unexpected. Because normally when you have a character that has something like that, he has to get like beat down first, and has to like drag that part out of him.
Yeah, exactly.
He was doing that the entire series for that exact moment.
And it made perfect sense because they explained that the sixth upper moon hadn't like fully mastered, and then so it was like it worked out. It just worked. Like it was clean. It's my second favorite fight besides the Giyuu and Tanjiro versus Akaza or whatever.
Right.
Go!
So
I can't really recall
in that arc,
too many characters getting a moment like that where they just were allowed to just like
flex.
Yeah, completely dominate their opponent when they haven't really done that the entire. I can think of a few examples from like Gameron and some other stuff, but there's not too many times where a side character specifically is allowed. Because normally, if there's a side character that does that, they're like the overpowered sensei that's been doing that the entire show. Like this kid is scared of everything. They give you the backstory, they give you the potential earlier, how much he actually like loved his master, because he's so insecure and so, so worried about himself and how he's not good enough. But this guy gave him something, and the fact that that person died and the person was right in front of him was not a time to be afraid and a time for tears. It was time to handle business, and that's why he turned to one of my favorite side characters ever after that happened. It just solidified that. So if nothing else, I don't care how Yaiba ends. If nothing else, I got something great out of it. I got a character, two characters I truly like a lot.
I did like the fight a lot, but I feel like it was weirdly rushed.
No, yeah, all his fights kind of feel like that though.
I don't know if I agree with that, because I feel like the emotional impact of him fighting that guy needed to hit harder, but he rushed through that moment. Like the moment that I didn't even know how to pronounce Manga's name, so I'm not gonna try. But the moments that they tend to focus on and then rush through to me are backwards.
Oh, okay. I get what
like that Zenitsu moment with this thing. I think that needed to be hit a little harder, because it was over so quickly.
Yeah, I wish you would have struggled a little bit more. I do agree with that. But I was just so happy with how he came in. I guess it just kind of overshadowed that for me. But I definitely understand where you're coming from.
I agree, because I recently reread it, and like the chapters were like, I think 3 chapters max was Zenitsu's fight.
Yeah,
but
it was.
I understand where like Gotoge is going with this, because it's like there are 2 of the only Breath of Lightning users in the entire series. So like, obviously lightning is fast as shit. So those kinds of fights, they have to be over in the flash. You feel me? Because like the technique is just mirrored after Battle Jutsu, and like everybody knows what Battle Jutsu is, like 1 draw, 1 attack. That's it.
Yeah, it's realistic. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it did its job. Sure.
No, but I definitely get what Nas saying though. You can draw out the emotional impact of it a lot more and struggle a bit more. But yeah, definitely. But that's a good perspective too. I didn't even think about that with being lightning users and it needing to happen a lot faster.
The thing about that is though, it's like that isn't Godek's strength. Like you can tell as far as like when it comes to fleshing out stories, because already with the I don't know how to pronounce the fucker upper moon one's name. Whatever. Dude with the 6 fucking eyes. Yeah, Kokushiba. Yeah. I know everyone's name but his or something. But it's like his story. It's like for those that didn't binge, like who were reading it weekly, it came at like an awkward place. Like he was already dead. Like, and we just kind of like the only reason why I cared for his backstory was because we needed that information. Like that's it. Like, like everything else, I was like, all right. And that fight wasn't as sick as like it could have been. Like, I mean, yeah, we had like all of them going at it, but it's like it kind of just stuck in that location, fighting like in that little, amongst like the pillars or whatever. No pun intended. But it's like, and then you have when you flash back to the other arc, like the Swordsmith Village arc, they're fighting on fucking like buildings and in the forest, and it's like it was so interesting. That fight for me was kind of a bit of a letdown, but it is what it is. We're wrapping up, so we're about to face Michael Jackson. So
it's I'll get to Muzan by the way because he sucks, but
yeah, he's not a good villain at all.
I just feel like some of the emotional story beats would be so much more emotional if there was more time on them. Like I'm like I get that a lot of you guys really love Rengoku. He just wasn't there long enough for me to. I just didn't understand why I was supposed to care.
Wait, who? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Rengoku,
Yeah.
like his death. Like they didn't do anything for
No,
me.
I feel the exact. It's the same thing that I talk about, kind of like with Kite and stuff like that. I was just like, I just didn't feel it like the way that I probably should have. It just didn't hit. He was not there long enough.
I think the anime will like thank God they're doing that movie, but I think like it'll flesh it out nice. Like just like I don't know. I kind of expect certain things at this point, and like for me, I have the series at a 6 out of 10. So I don't know about y'all, but like I know what I come for, and like
I got a 7. I got it at a 7.
It's really the anime that kind of like Ufotable secures the bag. Like they know what they're doing. Like so, I kind of just wait on that.
Yes, I agree with that. The music,
Yep.
the emphasizing of the backstory, gives it that feel that the manga doesn't quite give me when I'm binging the chapters.
Exactly. Yeah.
I still feel it, but the anime just hits a little bit harder. And I agree with you. I know where I'm coming from with this too. Like I know it's not super plot centric. It relies a lot on the fights and the characters and how you feel about them to carry this story. And I agree that like the downtime is so important. Like so when Shinobu dies and you get the little recap and her saying that she's gonna sacrifice herself and doing all that for this exact moment, that hits a lot harder than Rengoku died.
Especially if you're reading it on manga decks, bro.
Well,
She said, "Fuck you."
Yeah, fuck you. Go to hell. Yeah. That's my type of
Yo, bro, fucking go.
And the fact that she changed her personality to be like her sister
Exactly.
is hilarious and super sad because all of them got issues. Pretty much all of them in the pillars have extreme issues. But her issues and Giyuu's issues hit the hardest for me. That's why they're my two favorite characters.
For sure. That's why Tanjiro was like, "You smell kind of angry, like."
Yeah,
like, you
right.
good? She was shook, bro. She was like, "Oh."
And Zenetsu's monologue moments in the anime hit hard for me. That's why if Giyuu didn't exist, he might have propped up to number 1. But both of them, I feel like I kind of relate to them to a certain extent, quite a bit.
Yeah,
because when I did martial arts, I was the type of person where I just did it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did martial arts good because I was forced to be in it, and I don't like sucking at things that I do.
And you don't really fuck with people. Then we learned that the reasons. It was dope. Like, he was.
Yeah, it was like I did when I was in martial arts. I did it because like my parents put me in it when I was 5, and I wanted to quit, and I did quit for a while, and they were like, "No, you need it," and they threw me back in because they were just like, "It's good structure for you. You don't really play sports. You need something to keep you along a good path." And I was there so much and so often that like my masters basically became like second father figure to me. So even though I hate working out, I hate sweating, and I don't really like fighting. None of those things are inherently me. But for them, and because I don't like sucking, I did it. So that's why the stuff with Zenetsu hits a lot harder for me. And for Giyuu, he just like, he feels bad for surviving. And that's something that I can kind of relate to. Even though I've never had like that type of experience, I can relate where he's coming from with it to a certain extent. So those are the things that are magnified in Yaiba, and that's the things that I like a lot. Because for me, when I give something a 7, the good outweighs the bad a decent amount. It just doesn't have a super great thing that I just absolutely were just like, I like a lot of things. There's nothing that I just absolutely like love propel it to a higher.
Because you know how to do your fucking ratings, but we're not gonna. And for me, it's Mr. Flamboyant, like Sound Pillar, Tengen to Z. That nigga's raw. That's my guy right there.
The reason, because I have to give Yaiba, for me, is like a 9 out of 10 series, and I resonate with it very personally because the primary theme that I felt that's in Yaiba is family and the way that the world resonates around like their connections and how it intertwines with how they interact with people and how they face their conflicts. So from the jump, Tanjiro's family is wiped out, but it's just him and his sister. And me and my sister, we're like two peas in a pod. We're like pretty much the same age gap between Tanjiro and Nezuko. Like me and my sister were like really, 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 really close. So off that premise from the beginning, with Tanjiro going out to help his sister, I resonated strongly with that. And then
I feel that a lot because that's how it is for me with Good Ending and Gamera being so high on my list. It's just this connection that you have with the story.
Cameron is so fucking rough.
When you get deeper into the series, you start to see like even the demons, they have familiar bonds within each other, right? With Daki and Gyukimaru, not Gyukimaru. Oh, there we go. The upper moon that they fought in the red light district.
Yeah.
Those two were brother and sister when they were humans, and then they became demons because their lives were fucking shitty. And then, like at the end, when they're defeated, whatchamacallit, Gyutaro was about to say something that they would probably regret right before they die, and Tanjiro silences him, and they're like, "You can't say something like that to your own siblings. It's something that you don't mean, and you're not about to say right before you guys die." And that is just like it's stuff like that. To me, it just touches me inside because it's just like, even though Yaiba had his story, there's still an amount of compassion that needs to be had because these demons are not inherently evil. They're evil when they're demons, but they were once humans before. And then even when you get to the current arc with Kokushibo fighting Kimijima and Sanemi and Tokito and Genya. Kokushibo gets defeated by his descendant, and it's a battle of Genya and Sanemi fighting together as brothers to beat Kokushibo, and then he has a flashback going back to when he was with his brother and how he wanted to be better than his younger brother from the moment that they were toddlers until the point where he became a demon, and then he faced him later on in life when he was an old ass man and he still wasn't better than him, and he literally died standing. And when he died standing, that panel was fucking raw. Goats died standing.
I hear what you're saying, but I want to quote my friend John. I have a monkey ass retort. Fuck them demons. Shit, not raw.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of both of y'all.
None of them backstories really, except maybe I don't know, because I just like him a lot. His name is Akaza, right? Akaza, because he's like, to me, he was the best one. Second upper moon.
Yeah, Akaza had the best.
Third.
He was. He's third. Oh, yeah, Domo's too, right? Domo's too. Yeah, he was like the only one who's I still didn't care that much about his backstory, but I just liked him so enough that it didn't bother me. Cause I'm sorry, what's his name? Kokoshi, whatever the fuck. He sucks.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about
He just didn't deliver for me. Like he was strong, but like I just that overall confrontation felt underwhelming to me. Except I will say this: I'm really liking the fact that the Hashiras are dying. Like like they're putting everything they have to take out these demons, and the stakes and the suspense is real. Like motherfuckers are dying. Like when the Wind Pillar lost his brother, he said, "Oh God, don't take my brother." I actually felt that, especially because I didn't like him. So the fact that I even cared enough to feel bad for him, because I didn't give a fuck about his brother or him. I'm like, damn. He's like when he said, "God, please," I'm like, fuck, damn. I heard it.
I hate both of them. So the fact that you got me to care about that, real straight for me.
That was good shit. You got me. My frozen heart beated for a second.
I also agree with the point that y'all made earlier, though. This series would be a lot better for me, even for the lack of like overall story, if Muzan was just better.
So that
like if he,
I'm glad we're on that. He sucks. He's the worst.
If Muzan was actually a good villain, this shit would actually be a 10 for me. But as of now, he stinks.
I'm at a 17.
I just wish he had more impact. Like, even though he has impact, obviously, on them turning into demons. Like, I wish he had more overall impact. Like, in a tragic sense. Because it's like, they get me all these
scared of the sun.
Tragic backstories. I really wish Goat would have had more of, like, him kind of like setting them up and to turn them into demons. Like just more evil deeds
Yeah.
that
Well-
would have made him seem like more of a nasty character. Because like I said,
It's hard to care about him.
And I've said this but not before. Like, cause like one thing that would probably make me upset is if he got a sad ass backstory too. Because there's
He's
a point in
going to.
time where and I already said I already expect it, but I really hate too many sympathetic villains. Sometimes I just need you to be evil for the sake of being evil. Like all the other demons could be sympathetic, but if all their tragedies tied back to him, and he's like, "Fuck them demons," never cared about them. You know, I'm the reason that they turned into demons. I set their families up, shit like that. That'd be wrong. If he had GOAT dialogue where he would just like,
I think it's too late.
Wutan is definitely not going to have a sad backstory because he was turned into a demon, and then he killed the person that turned him into a demon. So, like, everything that he's trying to accomplish is because of his own brash fucking reactions and actions and stuff like that. Like my sister said it best. He only hears what he wants to hear. That's his problem. He has no patience.
But he's just not cool. Go ahead.
The thing is, it's like for me, he's flat. Like he's a really flat character, and I've seen these villains like crazy amount of times. You know, with reading as much manga as I have. But it's like the thing that would make me care. And chill. The thing that would make me care about him is like is how like the motivations on like the why he's like doing this. And when you write a character that's purely just like, you know, fuck these, like, fuck my people all these demons that I created, like, here, just like, I'll eat them with this, or I'll send them here, like, I don't give a fuck about them, they're irreplaceable, you know, like, I'm just this evil piece of shit that's like, has this goal that I'll reveal when the moment's right in the story, you're kind of like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, when you have a character that you can kind of, it's not really sympathy, but you kind of go through understanding, maybe understand compassion a little bit. It's like you start to see maybe not relatability, but his reason as to why he's still a flawed character, but you can see where he's coming from and why he's doing the why. I think that's kind of the villain I was looking for with him. And,
I think it's too late.
Unfortunately, it's too late for that. Yeah,
I'll disagree with that to a slight extent because I don't necessarily think you need a grandiose reason to do things, and the only reason I disagree is because when I watch Hellsing Ultimate, Mad Max, like, but his reason is like he's just evil character. He's just petty.
But that story is different. Like it's for this, I feel like it just needed that from Muzan.
Well, see, that's why I said for me though. That's why I said I felt like if he would have had more tie-in to like the tragedies that happened to the other demons, like if he would have set them up, or he's the reason that bad shit happened to them, it makes him more evil, more dislikable, and it makes him a better villain to me. Cause like to me, a great villain sometimes it's just like feats, dialogue, evil shit you say. I don't need you to be overly complex all the time. I understand that though, we're the best one.
I'm not saying overly complex, but it's like if like I'll give you a great example. How did you guys feel about Thanos in Avengers? Like, do you fuck with him as a villain?
No, I do.
Man, who said no? Nah.
Well, I fuck with him more in the movies than I do in the actual comic books because his reasoning is just so.
Comics, it's
he's
but
way
as far as like
comics,
in Nani? Okay. In the movie, as far as like not Endgame, but as far as like fuck, what is it? What was Avengers?
Infinity War.
Infinity War. Yeah, it's like. For me, I found like that he was not a superb villain, but I think like he was the best villain in that series because he's so like you go through an understanding for him, and his goal really isn't that like over complex. Like it's really simple, you know. He's trying to like wipe out half the
balance,
bring balance,
which is stupid.
It's like, it is, yeah. When
it's very nihilistic, but I like that sometimes. You like
it's the flaw in his character, but it's like. When you understand his like why he's doing it, you know, you may not agree, but like you see where he's coming from. He's like, my planet was wiped out and this type of stuff. It's like it makes me grow attached to that character rather than it's like someone, you know, for these particular series, I mean. Like Hellsing's different because you know the way it's
I
set
hear
up.
what you're saying, but he was some mid.
Here's
the thing. Thanos is the main character in Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
It's from his point of view, and he wins in that movie. That's what made it interesting and different, because we're actually seeing a lot of things from the villain. The villain is the one going around collecting the what you like to call the MacGuffin crystals, whatever you want to call them, the MacGuffin, to win to whatever, which are the Infinity Stones. It's actually his journey. Thanos, if you read the comics, you know Thanos' journey, this and that, whatever. I'm not gonna get into all that. Obviously, I like comic book Thanos more, but I get what you're saying. You can have a really good villain that doesn't necessarily pop up in the story much, but still have a really good lasting effect, and you can always feel their looming danger. I think of Dio from Part 3. Evil Charisma, how much all those minions, at least certain minions, like they fear him, and the ones that respect him, what they were willing to do to not let like them find out where he was at, killing themselves like in the duel, things of that nature. And then just the fact that you just knew like he's coming, like once he's healed, he's coming. His connection to the Joestar bloodline, the fact that this blood feud goes back like how many generations back to Jonathan Joestar. He has his body like Dio was not actually in Part 3 that much, but his impact was always felt. Muzan just not there, and I don't care. Ever. He's just not there. When he popped up, I don't care.
That's a little different now, because with Dio, it's like you've already seen him in Part 1. We've already seen him, with Jonathan. And
there's still people who started with Part 3 though.
That's fucking. What are you doing? But it's like we already understand like the bloodline. We already understand like the feud they have, like his goal, all of that.
Ultimately,
and it's like you're
I'm
just
building
building up, because every character, every like villain that they face, antagonist, is like a piece of like all of his anger, frustration, all of that shit. So just
that's why I brought up Mad Max from Hellsing, because to me, like, he doesn't fight. You don't even see him that much, but the fact that he talks so much shit and his dialogues were so great, it elevated him to me. Like, if he was just a character that barely said anything, and he just sat in the background and he had these master plans for Alucard and them, it's just like, no, he just had these grandiose, whopping speeches where he's talking shit, and he was like, I threw away my humanity just to kill you. And he's like, I don't care how many people I gotta go through. He's like, it's like the most pettiest reason. Like, he's just a Nazi. He's just a petty Nazi. Like, it's not no gray area. Yeah, but he just like, to me, that's a very important part of being a villain for me personally. Because I feel the same way about Crollo, the same way I feel about him. It's that their charisma and the way they do things. It's fine where I don't need the swag. I don't need a super sad, complicated backstory.
And Muzan has zero drip, none.
Yeah, he don't have neither one. If he has a sad backstory, I'm not gonna care. No charisma.
Impact.
Exactly, bro.
Nothing he do wrong.
You don't need
he's scared of the sun. Like,
you can have charisma and demeanor, and off just those two principles alone, I'm gonna look at you and be like, you're fucking raw as fuck.
Like Doma. Sorry to cut you off. Doma was charming.
Yeah. He was a fucking sicko.
Bro.
And his backstory wasn't sad. It was just
his backstory was hilarious, because when his parents, I can't remember if they died or whatever happened. He was just mad that they got blood everywhere. He's like, look at it.
It's like, fuck.
He's like, y'all made a fucking mess. I said, bro, this is what you're worried about.
He stole fucking Ino's case, like the mask, and when he took fucking, I think it was Kano's, or it was her blade. It was Kano's blade. Yeah. I'm just like, fuck, man. He's just so funny, bro. He's like.
Right,
and then Ino's case like trying to deny.
Anybody still gives you a threatening aura because he has feet and shit like that. Because to me, what I've always said. Go ahead, Pat.
Now, I'm just gonna say, for me, like, example of like how Muzan could be more interesting. Fucking Gilgamesh from Fate is one of my favorite fucking villains in Fate.
You're gonna get Simi down there. I knew it.
The reason is because he's arrogant, and his demeanor towards everybody towards him
He
is
won't
the
even
king
stand on the
of-
same ground as you. He has to be elevated.
Exactly. He's the king of all kings. Everything that he sees is a former property of his. He
Yeah.
owned everything.
Yeah,
As
no,
the
that's
character-
a great. That was a great ass shit. That's one of my favorite parts about him. Oh my god, this man was like, "That's mine." That was mine first. I was like, "Yo,
Nova Phantasm? Mine.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's like one of the greatest things ever." He's like, "That's mine." Like, I allowed you to have that. I allowed you to keep your hand and put your hand on it.
Well now. I'm very happy to see you children sing my gospel.
See, that's the thing. Like the
I'm a
fate,
baby
right?
boomer.
Gilgamesh as a character, like individually, is pretty flat because he's one dimensional. But we love him because he's fucking raw. It's his charisma.
Right, and dialogue hits heavy.
Exactly. Every time he says
Heavy.
something, it's something meaningful.
Yeah, you
Like,
care. You care. You care
Fucking
every
like,
single time.
damn.
He doesn't
Gil
waste. He
like
doesn't waste his words.
dimensional?
Wait.
Wait a
Oh
minute.
wait, you said Gil was one of them? I thought you were talking about fucking what's his face? Run
No,
that back.
I'm talking about like the way.
Just in phase zero. Just in phase zero.
I think he meant
Yeah.
the fact that like his defining character trait is being extremely condescending.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean he's not multifaceted. It just means that he has one main defining trait.
Yeah, there we go.
Especially in zero. Yeah, and the other story is a little bit different. But we're talking about just phase zero
And-
individually
See, it
before you realize the other part.
with Fate Zero because with Gilgamesh, it's like he has condescending, arrogant attitude where he stands above all others, but you're not expecting more from him because the person that's more layered is the other villain with Kotomine. So he's the person that like is more broken down and like expanded upon in depth with the Fate trilogy later on. But with Yaiba, the problem is you have like a Kaza who is the most interesting Upper Moon demon with his backstory.
Go.
But with Muzan, it's like
Supreme territory.
every time he's like at the forefront, it's just him being menacing. He's not saying anything cool. He's not doing anything where it's just like it's making you think. It's just the story could advance without him if he wasn't the end villain at this point. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah. Really, like dialogue really would have carried him a long way. If he would have had some great dialogue, you basically boost him 2 levels just based off that. Even if his goal isn't great, even if he doesn't have some grandiose, complicated personality, if you have dialogue that makes you like listen to him every time he talks, his whole thing is just like, why did you do that? Are you talking back to me?
Yeah,
Like,
That's
come
what I'm
on,
saying.
man.
He
Like,
was
come
just
on,
evil
bro.
For no fucking reason.
He want to be Hazama from Blaz Blue so badly. Can't stand him. He's not raw. This nigga is, he's not a smooth criminal. Stop.
And my thing is though too, is that he don't even make me feel something for him. He doesn't make me feel like I fucking hate this villain.
I'm
I can't
literally
wait for him to
not
die.
looking forward to this confrontation.
For me, I'm just like he suck.
Yeah,
For
I
the
need Tanjiro to die, bro.
going up
I'm here for it.
Nezuko's winning.
from Muzan's point of view,
Oh,
like
girl in the box.
there's nothing to gain from it.
As long as Giyuu lives and Inosuke lives, we good.
As long as Zenitsu lives.
But
Yeah, I need Giyuu to live. I'll be sad.
but that man hates me, so I know they're not gonna live.
Yeah, Giyu's probably
I mean-
gonna die. I'll be sad.
He's not.
Meanwhile,
I'm
Mr.
surprised he doesn't die.
Flamboyant, Mr. Flamboyant over here
not
chilling.
dying.
Couldn't be me.
But he
not
can't even
dying?
fight. He had a warrior's death. That might be worse.
Because I need Giyuu to
Actually,
stay
he got
alive.
3 bitches. He's fine.
That's what I'm saying. My man chilling, bro. He's not even
He's-
in that
he's-
place, bro.
They fighting, he smashed.
He
He's
said, fuck all that, bro.
he
I'm
is in
I'm
the
gonna train this nigga
cheeks.
Tanjiro, and I'm gonna dip, bro.
That's my
This
man.
man really got 3 wives, son.
I respect it. Sound like Vince. That's crazy.
True.
Man, you got juice like that?
Of course.
Ooh. I have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, alright.
Ooh.
I do.
The rise on my name will not continue.
No. Hey, when there's a lie, point it out. I have not seen any yet.
Wow.
The upper moons were for the most part cool. I would say I didn't like the number 1, but I pretty much didn't have a problem with the rest of them. The one I can't remember the one the demon guy, the mist guy fought that well for some reason. I can't remember him well.
Oh, fuck. That's
The guy in the pot, right?
Yeah, like pot of greed.
Pot of greed.
Oh yeah, Gyoko and
Never knew his name.
Hot
Fuck
Tin,
these
whatever. They don't matter.
names. These names.
They were evil
man.
niggas, and that's all that mattered. They did
Yeah.
their job.
You guys, how do you guys feel about the Stone Pillar? Because I feel like we're getting to see him a little bit later. And you think he's proven that he's the strongest one so far, or no?
Oh, absolutely.
Gyome's.
Yeah. Most of the I like most of the pillars except for the wind guy. I'm like fuck him. Like
I don't.
The wind guy was not
I don't like the snake guy because I don't know what he does.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
His
I
defining
didn't,
trait is he
that's
likes.
true. I didn't really care. I didn't hate or like.
He
him.
looks
He
nice.
was just kind
though.
of there.
His defining trait is he
The
likes the little
airheaded
girl.
guy though, he was funny. He was like,
The
wait,
love.
what is that
He's
clown?
got a
And then-
badass bitch.
I don't like the
Yeah,
love pillar. I don't like her. I
cool.
don't
I like her- I
I don't
really
like
like
her.
her
I don't like her
design.
color scheme.
Wait, Mitzer?
Pink and green?
Yeah, I don't like her color scheme. I
I like
I
it.
find it repulsive. She's fine. Her color scheme is just repulsive to me.
That's fine.
We need nine in the actual. We need nine in the actual manga. He just looks at her. He's like, "You're."
Yeah, that's fine. Shit.
Well, I'll let her know.
We need a character like that. He not one of those characters that all about beauty, and she's the love pillar. Perfect dynamic.
That would not be about beauty though. I'll probably be the nigga who comes to the meeting late. Like we need all the Hashiras. The meeting's over. I'll pop up. Was good.
That's good.
He shows up 2 hours late. He like, oh, we had a meeting today.
They're like,
My bad, bro.
why is there a demon in a box? I'm just late. Just don't know what's going on.
Right, that man, he that Jen from World Trigger. He like, oh, pull up eating fucking chips and shit.
Everybody's fighting
He's like,
Luzon.
I don't take orders from you. My boss got to tell me directly.
Yeah, I'm definitely not bowing to that blind ass nigga. What the fuck? His voice is so soothing. You better shut the fuck up talking to me.
Boy, if you don't shut up with that nonsense.
You can't fight. I'm not listening to you. You're not my coach.
Wow. That
You know,
shit
my
be
God.
fucking that shit be fucking
You're not
hilarious.
my coach. Yeah, I don't have any strong opinions. I don't remember his name, but I have no strong opinions on him either. I really don't.
Obayashi.
With Kimejima, one thing I want to add is that it wasn't until the volume was released that Gotogo added the fact that, remember in his story, the one of the kids that he was staying at the temple with let a demon inside, and then he killed the demon.
Yeah.
The kid that let the demon inside was fucking Kaigaku, fucking bum ass bitch.
Who's that?
The one that Zenitsu fought.
His brother, right? His old brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sucks. He lost his Zenitsu in one chapter.
Is that raw?
I watched.
That's fair. He's stronger than Inosuke. Shit. Hate to see it.
But no,
War season ended.
Yo, shut up with Box Girl, bro.
That day, War season ended. He hate to see it.
Trying to say she was. I saw some audacity on Twitter, bro. I saw some shit. They were like, best new gen females, and I'm like, all right, whatever, typical shit. And I see Box Girl and that shit. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, get that out of here.
Box
Say
Girl?
one word.
Nezuko.
You have this girl in a
Oh,
fucking
Nezuko.
box.
Box girl.
Talking.
Wow, couldn't even have the audacity to remember her name.
Of course, get out of here with that.
Didn't they say best female voice for
No,
her?
the
as
levels
well?
the levels are low. That's why I say I want more like female characters with more depth and more like me and me without having to have a romantic lead. Why can't they just be a fucking just asshole badasser?
Speaking of
I
which,
don't need to.
I don't like
need
how
them to have
Shinobu
no
died.
romance.
Wait, what?
I don't like how Shinobu died. I didn't like it.
Shinobu.
Yeah. I didn't
When
like-
she died,
I didn't like how
I
she
mean,
went out.
why not?
I just didn't. I don't think it was bad. I don't think there was anything inherently wrong with it. I just didn't like it. Maybe because I liked her.
For me, it was too early.
It's just like, I don't know. I just disagree. Everything about my body rejected it.
No, I feel that. I kind of was too. I mean, the little backstory where she said she had to.
It helped.
Feel better.
It helped.
Yeah,
but I still didn't.
But when it happened, I was like, oh fuck you.
But then after when we got the Inosuke, you know, I'm like, okay, this is his turn to wash the moon. It's Boar Gang. No, Boar season didn't come.
I agree though. I really wish characters like that because they're almost universally liked characters. People like him and Rack, and it just feels like they never get a moment.
Yeah. And no one wants to give up on Rack.
Rack threw a spear, bro.
Rack it up. I mean,
Through the ancient spear.
you got it.
Rack? Who is that?
Rack it up.
Bro, he's throwing rocks, bro.
Rack's out. He got stone.
Wow, the fact that that's his best moment. That
Stone Edge.
The assassin, he just fucking threw a rock at him, and that was it. He was like, "You suck." He basically, Rack was basically Nye in that moment. He was like, "You suck, bro. Like I threw a rock at you and you lost. Like we ain't got time to waste on you." Anymore. Like wow. I was like, wow.
How do you guys feel about the breathing? What do they call the breath? The breaths?
The breath system?
Yeah, like as like a energy power system, whatever you want to call it. How do we feel about it? Good, bad?
Not the greatest thing in the world, but definitely far from the worst. I like it, and I like how they utilize it, and I like most of the fights because, like, due to the tension, and that basically anybody can die at any time, it's really fun. But they also can win, and like it's not too far-fetched either way, one way or the other. So I enjoy it. I just like swords in general.
Yeah.
Sword.
For me, I think it's aesthetically pleasing. I do get tired of like seeing the same all right, for example, the Upper Moon one, it's like his moon techniques. It just fucking slashes no matter what name he had for them. They're just doing the same fucking thing. So it's like whatever, but it's like
I get you more versatility.
Yeah, you know, and that was what I was talking to you about with World Trigger as far as like, you know, with that none of that shit appeals to me as far like I like how it's set up like it's a you know pretty good system where as far as like combat and all this shit, but like the look wise like it's just like you know, but and I feel like Kimetsu did a really good job with that where you see like Tanjiro doing breath or whatever and it's like you see that it looks clean like, and when you see it being like two niggas combating it looks.
I did wish he had more techniques though.
But yeah,
I was just like, these kind of get boring to look at, my brother. You need to start advancing, branching out.
Inosuke had a sick one where he stabbed both his blades in the ground and fucking like sonically detect like his surroundings. Like that shit was kind of cool. Like just shit like that, like here and there. I sprinkled it. Bunch of fucking different elements, Avatar shit thrown.
Boar Gang.
It's all good. And Shinobu's is cool.
I like
the poison. It's pretty dope.
I like the system because it's like it's not finite. Like they have a set amount of techniques they can use within breaths, but like the talented users of the breath styles can create one. Like when Giyuu pulled up with the 11th form, that shit was fucking raw. Like
no, it was. I need more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way the anime does it is like you just standing there, and then like next thing you know, he just lops the nigga dome off like he's just taking a walk in the park. I was like, bro, shit.
That shit was wild. That's what I'm saying. Aesthetically looks so nice.
Yeah, and like of course with Zenitsu, he created his own form. That shit was amazing. One thing I really do want to see, like Tanjiro did it briefly in the Red Light District, where he combined the water and Dance of the Sun God together, but like he didn't really make a move out of it. He like get out the way really quickly, so like he still has to master one more Sun God technique as of the latest chapter. So if he can combine it with his breath of water techniques when he fights Muzan, that'll be pretty raw.
Yeah, he has to yeah, it's dope. It does it does its job. Like it is what it is.
I like it because it's simple but effective. I don't need anything to be. I don't need anything. I don't need to be too much.
Yeah.
I agree. That's my whole thing. It has elements that I like. Simple 7 out of 10. There are things that could have made it better, but I'm fine with it. Like
Vince and I are always on the same page, bro.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, we usually are. All
I think like I said, actually a couple of times, like generally with a lot of these like this community or whatever you want to call it, if something's not the most piece of shit garbage you've ever seen. It's the greatest thing you've ever seen. That's redefining the genre
See, that's
and
always
changing
my problem.
conventions.
All the niggas
Nothing is
muted.
ever just, yo, I enjoyed it. It's cool. It's,
Yeah,
it's,
that's always my
It's
problem,
gold,
and that's why I
mid,
always
or
say kind
trash?
of like back to a point Pat made
This
from the
nigga
earlier
took my shit.
from the earlier stream. It was just like sometimes I feel like they don't know what they're reading or watching. Because sometimes I see certain people, and this will get you blocked real quick. Like something popular comes out or something, and I just see you posted panel. It doesn't even feel like you reading it. You just posting panels
Damn.
and either just
What are you
praising
Lizard?
talking about?
it.
That's Lizard Gang, bro.
Lizard? That's crazy.
No, I don't.
Wow.
No.
He on your
Lizard
neck,
Lizard
boy.
doesn't do this exactly. He don't do this
This
exact
nigga
thing.
posted 40 panels.
No,
and shit.
no.
I witness it every day.
No,
bro.
he no, but I'm talking about when they automatically like, cause like one of these people I see on the TL does it. He posts it and he's just bashing it the entire time, chapter for chapter. And I'm just like, why are you read? Like, we don't give a fuck, bro. Like, shut up. Like, you keep
what's that nigga
you
name?
read it, you're catching
Arclight?
up. Yeah, like you're catching up to it, but you keep bashing it the entire time. I'm like, if you hate it that much, if I hate something, I'm not gonna continue to read it.
Let's get.
10
Absolutely not.
chapters.
I can't say that. I
Not
can't
at all.
say that for
10
myself.
chapters in, I'm like, I hate this shit. It fucking sucks. I'm not doing this no more. It's done. I drop it.
You know
That's
you
it.
know what you like. For me, it's like if it falls below a certain rating, I'm out. Like an arc, 2 arcs back to back.
Yeah,
Depending on how invested I was.
listen. People love Kenichi. I absolutely can't fucking stand Kenichi.
Least favorite manga.
I hate him as a character. I hate Kenichi as a manga. It got some dope fights. The side characters are cool. but I'm
Shigure
just like,
is top 5, and I will not hear otherwise.
I won't even argue with you
The
on
girls
that.
are nice,
but
though.
but the two,
That's all I
him
needed.
and the main girl, I hate them. I hate them, and and then if I hate them so much, like most of the time, for me, the main character at least has to be serviceable. I have to I don't need to love him, but I need to respect him. I need to like him. This nigga
I
just
feel that,
sucks.
Vince.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish. No, finish.
No, because it's like, okay, can I think about this? See, I think part of my problem is the same problem I had with Holy Land. I did martial arts for 10 years of my life. So
And
I
you
feel
still lose to a
disrespected.
girl.
So I feel disrespected
Hey, here's
where the
me,
nigga
nigga,
is
suck
learning
the
martial, a guy's learning martial arts, and he's like, I will not hit a woman. Do you know what would have happened to me if I tried to do that shit when I was training? He like, oh, you don't want to hit a woman, right? All right. He would have threw 2 more people in there. It'd have been a 3-on-1. Good luck.
Also, a woman
that's
that's
like
a woman
you
that
need to,
was
like,
way
it don't
stronger
matter
than
who's
her.
standing in front of you. And you, like my masters was like on some Yusuke shit. Children, adults, grandma, don't matter. Your life on the line. You need to fight.
Wait,
back.
who's everyone's favorite girl in that series? I'm trying to see.
Oh,
Shigure.
wait.
Yeah,
Shigure, probably her. That's the.
like, but no, I couldn't stand that
yeah.
about him. And then just like, what's the girl's name? Miku, whatever.
Jesus Christ.
She just boring. Stinks.
You mean Miyu?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
whatever. She boring. Stinks.
Kenichi's
just
whatever. It's like a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it for what it was. Shigure.
No, but people absolutely love it, and I'm just like, I can't stand them.
Yes,
and
fights are
like,
cool.
I feel you, Vince. At the same time, like with people reading something like it's the worst shit ever and constantly reading it, like why are you doing this to yourself? There's also people like that pick up a manga that clearly just start to talk about it
Bless
like
you.
it's the
Thank
greatest thing that
Yeah.
ever
No, yeah,
seen.
see, I hate those people too. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
they
that's when they start using the big terms and shit. Like, look at this
Yeah.
character development.
Yeah,
And like, I'm like, my
bro,
God,
like-
it's been 20 chapters. What are you talking about?
Last year on my
I'm
timeline,
not gonna say shit, bro.
all I saw niggas on my timeline constantly hyping up Jujutsu Kaisen like
Yep,
it
that's
was
exactly what I was gonna say too. Wow, that's crazy.
Juju on
And
that
then
beat.
and the thing
Doo baba doo doo.
Juju on that beat. Ho.
I'm gonna read that eventually.
I won't.
I'm
Yeah.
not really.
too, but like,
I'm expecting a 7. Just give me a 7.
Like-
Alright.
You
yeah,
say?
people can like it, people can hype it. I'm fine with that. But it was getting to a point where niggas was like pounding Jamina's box in their messages like, oh, y'all need to translate this shit right fucking now. Everything else that y'all translating, this shit don't matter. Y'all need to translate Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm like, okay, how many chapters of Jujutsu Kaisen are out? And at the time, it was like 40-something chapters. I'm like, bro, you cannot be fucking
Bro,
serious.
I tell you, this year, the beginning of this year, and like halfway through the year was insufferable for some shit.
It's the way it works.
Like that Juju, definitely one of them where it just like this is one of the
Solo
greatest
leveling.
characters later.
Solo
And I was like,
leveling.
what? I was like, he been around for 40 chapters. What are you talking about? In QQ, somebody like, this is the most influential manga of
Yeah,
the decade.
oh
I
my
was
God.
like, what? What are you
Stop
talking
that.
about?
I feel it.
He just
Shut
got
up.
he was just blocked the moment he said that. That was like one of the most influential manga of the decade.
I got
My
it.
God.
You were talking about Nick hate a series and still post. Shout out Yuma Arc. This man writes full paragraphs on why Samurai 8 is trash. But I'm gonna read it still. I said what?
Yeah, still reading it week to week. I'm just
He
like,
said he dropped it,
like,
and then he's
Nah,
like,
I
I don't
took it
time
back
where
up.
go outside is acceptable. I'm like, please. Do
Nigga said I'm
something else.
dropping it.
It's not like a series like Food Wars where you're been there for so long you just got to take. It's
My
like
goodness.
chapters. You can
Bro,
drop
you
it.
don't need it like, in your life.
I generally laugh when people recommend me something and they go on this long ass soliloquy, and it's literally a chapter in. If you don't fucking lax right now, shut your ass up, but you're gonna
I don't
love
know
this.
how you can. I don't know how you can recommend something and don't get the 50 chapters.
I have
don't
only
understand it.
recently, in recent memory, done that one time, and that wasn't even me. I know, actually, no, I kind of went off. Coffin Born was hidden from the first issue. Okay, there's only 3 issues in, but I loved every issue. But that being said, I don't eat from issue 1 or chapter 1. I need to like relax and let some shit happen first. But we're off topic.
I don't know if anybody read Tokyo Revengers, but
No.
issue 1. All right.
Yaiba. Yaiba time.
Damn, I was gonna.
Yaiba
We
time.
kind of, yeah, we did get all. We get a go tap.
I want to talk about Rengoku.
Okay, go ahead.
What you guys
I'll
think
talk
about
about that man.
what you guys think about him? How y'all feel about
He
him?
was fine. That's literally how I
job.
feel about him. He was just fine. I think I ranked people I liked.
For me, with Rengoku, right? With like almost all my favorite characters, most of them use fire in some way, shape, or form. So I'm a self-admitted pyromaniac. I love characters that use fucking fire.
You're
And-
careful.
Tell it.
When I first saw him, I thought that like his upbeat attitude was a condescending attitude. So I didn't think that I was going to like him. But the way he conducted himself, like when they were on the demon train, like once he wakes up, the first thing that he says is, "I'm ashamed to call myself a pillar because I'm napping while people are in danger." And on top of that, he takes the initiative and then like he tells everybody what to do. Like, you know, he calmed the situation. Tanjiro and fucking Inosuke, they were panicking a little bit because they didn't know how to take down Lower Moon 1. But he was like, "Hey, yo, I'm going to handle this shit right here. Go ahead and do whatever y'all need to do to take down Lower Moon 1. He entrusted to get the job done. So I thought that was dope. Now, after that shit happens, when the fucking Lower Moon 1 is done, that's when Akaza pulls up. That shit came completely out of left field. So I didn't really think that I was going to get to see him like fight. And it's the little small details for me in Yaiba that I like is being in a situation where you have to choose the option to either become a demon and live forever or stay a human and embrace your mortality. And the thing that he said that really resonated with me was when he was like, the short life of a human being, of it being fleeting, is the beauty of being human. And humans, like on this planet, we live pretty much short lives compared to like most of the species on the planet.
I think
But
we're the only
that's-
generation that has like a lower mortality rate than our parents. Apparently, I don't know if that's true. I heard that somewhere.
How's it
Our,
work?
our life expectancy is like shorter than our parents. Like we're gonna die earlier than them.
Well, global warming probably.
That might be true.
Not even that. The way nigga talking about how I lived into CH 30, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm not gonna see a 30.
Y'all don't got the willpower to live past 30.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, that's a lot of truth to that.
It's just like I'm not gonna lie.
Is
I'm not,
life gonna really hit after 30?
I'm not gonna cap.
Bro, all growing old together.
Continue, Rengoku. You to go. Yeah, I'll continue.
But at the end of the moment, he's finding Upper Moon 3, and it's not, later on that we find out for Upper Moons 3 and up, you need at least 3 pillars to fight one of them. But like he was holding his own there for a second. It gets to the point where clearly at this point, like his eye is shut and we know he's about to die. But his primary focus wasn't necessarily taking down Upper Moon 3 at that moment. His primary focus was to make sure that Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Nezuko, and Inosuke were going to live, and everybody else that was on the train. And he accomplished his goal. And at that moment where he's talking to Tanjiro and he's giving them the encouragement to get stronger and live on, when he sees his mom at the end, that shit melted me inside, bro. I don't know. That's when he just became my favorite like pillar, and it was just cemented at that moment right there.
You know what? You saying all this might eventually change my mind, but where I initially had him ranked is he was my second least favorite. He just was not around long enough for me to care. He had the same problems I had with characters, and Akame got killed. They were here, and then they just kind of died. And I was just kind of like, fuck, I don't know how to feel about you at all.
Akame got killed characters were fucking flat. They never said anything meaningful.
Kurome and Wave were going to wavy though.
They're all dead.
They were cool. They were alright. I only cared about SDev. I know you. That's all I cared.
I only cared about Wave and Kurome. So hold on. So my problem with Rengoku was just like why was I supposed to care? I just don't understand. Like, he just came. He's like, I'm this guy, and he died. I'm like, all right. And then they had just, and then like they kept hammering this point, like he was so important, his lasting appeal. And I'm like, it just no matter how much you say it, I don't feel it. I don't know if anyone else felt that way.
Not quite as strong as you, but that's basically what I said, more or less.
I think it's not the length of the characters being present. It's like how you resonate with them.
See, but I didn't. That's the problem. I could have resonated with him more if he was around longer. Like if I had the small moment. It's like how y'all like One Piece so much though. It's like you love the crew and stuff like that because you've gone on this whole journey with them. And sometimes I need that.
Fuck is One Piece?
Because he wasn't like long. He wasn't there long enough. But
shit, I don't read.
For Naya, I know Naya likes Mule Love, but he was only around for like 10 chapters, or even fewer than that, and he's fucking raw, right?
He's not important though.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not about
Spicy.
how long.
First of all, he eats chicken. There's just nothing else I need.
Yeah, I feel like Nai likes characters though for like very specific reasons. Sometimes it has nothing to do with like,
it's usually the little things that no one cares about.
Yeah, like comedic purposes. Like he was just like, you know what? The way they walked up in there drinking that juice, raw. Love this.
It's like what's a good example? I guess like Elaine. Like most people like Elaine because Elaine looks good. Elaine looks really good, right? I like Elaine for the character interaction she had with Indiana, right? When Indiana was dying. Well, sorry, when she first came around and she's gonna sell him, and based on what we know about her past, like in hindsight, because of how her family treated her and what happened with her being like a Jahan princess, this and that, the other, the fact that Indiana's like, no one from my family cares about me because I'm not a direct descendant. You could see how she empathized with that and understanding the cruelty of how some of the Kagami families can be to one another. And then she made him one of the 10 bosses and said, I would pay a lot of money for your talents. And then when he was passing away, he said, don't die, Kaiser, when Rand was going to finish him off. That is why I like her so much.
Excuse me.
Mulov just looks crawl and eats chicken. And blue's the best color.
Yeah, that's all he cared. And
about. Then he had a good like moment of self reflection when he knew he fucked up. He's like this revenge was so pointless. I was tripping, and I respect it. Like,
yeah, I did respect that. He was like, I kind of did go overboard with the shit I was doing. He was like, I'm beating up on regulars. Like, this shit not wrong. This don't make me wrong.
Yeah, like
that nigga Bam pissed him off, bro.
You said fug.
It's like, bro, I'm a ranker. What the fuck wrong with you?
Yeah, so Oh yeah, I mean Rengoku was fine though. I I just don't think it hit the way it was supposed to. I get, well, clearly I'm wrong. It did for a lot of people because he's so popular. So maybe I'm wrong. But for me,
I feel like it's just us sometimes. We just
maybe I'll feel different in the movie. Maybe.
it really that stuff. That's what I said rereads or different things.
Hey, bro. That taxation animation be fucking hidden.
Absolutely.
The affordable store ruined fate.
Does anybody else sometimes feel like though too? Maybe it's because you don't like.
Yes, the hell they did.
I know.
You don't stick on the pages like long enough. Like when I be binging, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I just be fucking going through that shit. So
That's what it's meant for.
Yes, so sometimes the character moments and shit like that, I might not appreciate much. I think I'm just binging through. I'm just like I ain't got time to be sitting here just sticking on this page.
First time I read Tower of God, I promise you I read none of the rules for those games. I didn't care. They're like, we're playing, X shot opportunity. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, you shoot, okay, yeah, all right, teleport, all right, shoot him, all right. And I just kind of just like, I skimmed that shit. Scan. I feel it. I stopped doing that though, but I definitely used to do that shit a lot. Like certain things.
Oh yeah, I did that shit a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. Even for shit I enjoyed, I used to do that. Especially like when I knew I was getting close to the end, like Kingdom. When I knew I was catching all the way up, I was like, I need to get through it. I need to finish it today.
Okay, it's true. It's true. In Kingdom, when they're talking about I'm a flank right, I'm like, okay, you have a tactic. That's all I need to know. I just keep.
Yeah, I'm like, could have been some.
Y'all some ape fans, bro.
No, yeah, that's what I said. Like, well, sometimes that's why I say that's why I say I have to reread things because, like, I know when I be getting tired and shit.
Sometimes it comes to a point where, like, yo, I'm 19 away. I just want to be caught up. I'm just tired.
Yeah,
it's been a week.
Yo, Lizard, you saw that too in the Tower God chat? Bro, this nigga Nash, bro. He literally did not listen to a word I said. Like, oh my. Right.
Bro, he tried to.
Listen, man, I said this before. There are some people that I'm cool with, that I'm mutuals with. One conversation though, and I realized I can never like talk to them about anything important again or care about their opinion. Bro, that's nobody in here. I care about all of y'all opinions. If y'all tell me to read something or watch something,
you shouldn't care about that.
That's cap.
Whatever. I definitely take it into consideration, and I definitely care. But there are definitely people that I'm mutual with or follow, and I'm just like, I really don't care what they say.
All right, give me a favorite moment in Yaiba.
Oh,
or moments, I guess, whatever. Y'all like to cheat, so just give me a bunch.
Zenitsu one shot, I think, probably my favorite. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, for me, it was definitely in the red light district when Punch was going up against Daki in the streets, and then Daki like fucking tore that shit up. Like she cut like a whole bunch of innocent bystanders up. And I love Tanjiro, he's my favorite character, but like I was kind of scared that the way Gotoge was handling him, I would never really see him like get actually pissed off. This man got so mad, his eyes literally started bleeding. Like when I saw that panel, when he pulled up on the fucking rooftop and he was put the fuck off with his sword over his back, I was like, yo, like, bro, he was fucking pissed. And that was the moment that I needed for Tanjiro to be like one of my favorite characters, because I was just like, finally.
I feel like we didn't talk about him as a lead, so speak on it. Sorry. Before we
Tanjiro, he wasn't a topic.
I know, but I feel like I forgot. But like, I actually, that's like one thing I say. Like, I actually think he's a really good main character. Well, I like him a lot.
I like him. He's grown on me, especially with the anime and the manga.
He's just a humble guy. Yeah, he does this shit. He's wholesome.
He's one of my favorite main characters ever. He's such a good boy. I fucking love him.
I don't have a moment really, but for me it's actually like several chapters. It's like the Pillar training arc. For me, that was like the funniest shit, and like it was just like a nice break to see like Yomi and them like training on the river and shit, and they were just like how to move, like just the interactions between Inosuke and Zenitsu, and they're like moving rocks and shit, and like it was just fucking funny, man. They were getting their ass beat, like going through all this shit, like, and then you see like Giyuu had his moment with the rice cake where he brought like Tanjiro brought rice cakes while he was fighting like tsunami. Like I don't know, shit was just funny. Like that whole arc, like I had a good time, made me laugh.
Yeah, that shit was great. The shit that was really funny was when Tanjiro goes to the fucking waterfall, and then he tried to talk to Inosuke. Inosuke's not talking because
Yeah, he was dead, bro. This nigga. That shit was funny, man. I don't know. Don't talk about that. That shit did it for me. I don't know.
I got three moments. So obviously, I not talked about the Malkan already. The moment where Zenitsu went back and talked about his training and how much he actually hated training. Giyu's backstory, and him. Yeah, Giyu's backstory and how he talked about why he feels the way he feels, and fucking
Danjiro's moments when they're having downtime to me is where like I see like where it hits a lot. Like the Giyuu thing to me was really cool. When Giyuu talking about like his survivor skill, the water pillar thing, and kind of shed his tear. Like, all right, let's go get ramen or whatever. I was like, damn, I'll fuck with him. He's cool. I think my favorite moment is probably the is it Hinomi Kagura? Fuck, it was called Hinomi Kagura.
Kami Kagura. Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, I don't know if this was in the manga. I think it was in the anime. And I could have made this up because I be doing this sometimes because my memory is just trash. I'm 86, but wasn't there a statement or a line somewhere where it says, you know, the reason why your life flashes before your eyes is because you're trying to find some type of memory through your life experience that could save you in the moment?
I believe that was stated, yes.
Right? So it was the fire dance that his dad was teaching him. That was the moment he recalled that ended up saving his life when he was fighting the Spider-Man fucking Lower Moon dude. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, Lower Moon 6,
I thought that was like you know, you want to call it, you know, an ass pull, whatever you want to call it. Like, I thought that was just a good reasoning for it. That like when it happened, I wasn't even mad. I was like, yo, that shit was fucking cool. Like, he's like, shit, I'm dead. He's like, hold on, that dance though. He just came with the heat. I was like, okay, I'm in there. I don't care. That shit was raw. That was my favorite moment.
The way it was in the manga, it was just the most ordinary shit when I was reading it. So I was like, okay, that was raw. I like it. But the anime, though, shit. Why did they snap that hard? That shit was perfect. Soundtrack, scenes, fucking impact. Ah, goddamn, that shit gave me chills.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's a good manga. I think out of a lot of the Neo Shonen I've read, this is probably one of the better ones. And I'm going back as far as like when Toriko came out. I still consider all those like newer shonen. This is probably amongst one of the better ones I read. Magi's probably still my favorite one, but this one was really good. It was cool. I'm having fun. Unless Inosuke dies and I stop having fun.
Inosuke won't die.
I don't know, man. He's already dead.
Screen Time's dead.
Gang already died.
Oh yeah, Odin killed him.
Oh man, I'm sad. Anything we forgot to touch on? Think you forgot about?
This is like a quick. Okay, good.
No, I was just asking. Is he talking about like in Yaiba or like the whole stream in general?
Oh, Yaiba.
Oh, Lizard.
Like this is a thing, but like you know how popular Yaiba was, right?
Looks like I'm gonna be short-handed at work. I'm gonna be there all day.
So you know how Yaiba was like insanely popular this year. In terms of the 2010s, do you think it's like one of or not the most popular anime in the 2010s? Like,
I don't have the stat sheet, so I don't know, but probably.
Like, just like in terms of the West, like how much hype you? Obviously, other ones are like My Hero, that's Attack on Titan season 1, One Punch Man season 1. Those are like the few ones you can think of. that this
Yeah,
amount
yeah.
of hype.
This decade, the only anime that I remember like exploding on social media like that was Attack on Titan, My Hero, One Punch Man, and fucking what's one more that's on the tip of my tongue? Hunter x Hunter. There we go. Those were the only anime where I saw where like people were like losing their minds over episodes on social media. So it's definitely up there with the rest of them, with the way like everybody was anticipating the new episode after episode 19 dropped.
But the thing about Attack on Titan, One Punch Man specifically, and My Hero Academia specifically, is those broke the anime. I call it anime threshold, where people who don't watch anime really like those series.
Facts. Yeah.
I don't know about Yaiba. I haven't really.
Nope. Listen, I'll tell you right now. When I went to freaking Six Flags a month ago, whenever it was, there was niggas walking around with fucking Attack on Chicken Scratch merch on. I'm in the middle of New Jersey. So, yeah. Attack on Chicken Scratch, Sword Art, Sword Fart, and what's the other one called?
Oh my.
Sword Go.
One Punch Man.
Oh yeah, and no, not even OPM. My Hero, those three. Yeah, that shit got freaking Yaiba beat. Normies don't know what the fuck Yaiba is.
The dub is it?
They might by the second season.
Yeah, second season. That's all gonna change, bro.
Yeah, I said because Attack on Titan didn't quite get there to the second.
Any final words? It's too late. Stream's over.